Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome to 2021. I hope you had a really good Christmas and New Year and you got a nice break in with family or whatever it was, you had a good time. But I'm dropping in today to talk to you about resolutions, and this has been on my mind. I mean, most people think of resolutions and goals at this time of year, pretty normal. However, those same people, or most people, have also failed on their resolutions or their goals within the first week of January, myself included. So this is why it's on my mind, because I'm speaking from experience here. I've failed on a few of my goals already, and it made me think there's a couple of sides to resolutions and setting goals and things around the new year, and I am all for it. I think there's the good and the bad of these resolutions, and the good thing that I think about the resolutions, I'm all for doing it because it makes people reflect on the year that was. It makes people think about what they want their future to look like. It gets people to assess where they can improve on their life or what they would like to change in a positive way. So all those things I think are really good. Anything that gets you to plan and visualize, have awareness around and improve upon, great. The negative side, I think, and what I've seen before with my experience as a weight loss coach and a trainer, and with myself, as I've just mentioned, the negative things, the bad side to that is that a lot of us set the expectation up in our mind that we're going to go from 1 second in the last second of 2020 to the very first second in 2021, and somehow it's going to be this genie in a bottle moment that our wish is granted and that our life changes to what we've set that we wanted out of it. And I think that sets up some really unrealistic expectations. And from those unrealistic expectations, when they're not achieved, it can lead to feelings of guilt, it can lead to feelings of failure, it can lead to a real lack of motivation towards what you were working towards and what you were excited and motivated for in the first place. And it can lead people to just giving up completely. So they think, oh, I've already failed on that, it wasn't perfect, so just let it go completely. And I think that can be a real issue, but there is a way around it that I see, and that what I've seen in the past works well, and what I've kind of, I guess, forgot to do for myself, but now I've tapped into that and realized, okay, well, I'm not going to feel that. I'm going to change things up a little bit and make it work. So what I mean by that is, first of all, setting the goal or your resolution to be something that you step towards. Work out what it is, where it is you want to be, who you want to be, whatever it is, and work backwards from there in steps on how to achieve that. The key word there is how. How is so important. We can have all the goals that we want in the world, but if we don't know how we're going to achieve it, it's a bit more like a wish or a dream, because it's something that we've just put out there that we want, but we actually don't take into account the steps that are involved to get there. And if you are a ThermoFit challenger, you'll be familiar with that how, because it's a big focus in our goal setting in the challenge. How to do it is the key. I urge you to be realistic in setting these goals and your progress in getting there, because you know what? 2021 is not going to be a perfect year, just like all the years before it and all the years after it weren't perfect and won't be perfect. So we shouldn't expect ourselves to just click our fingers and change the way we do life to go from one thing to the next so quickly. It doesn't happen that way. So we need to take the pressure off ourselves and not feel guilty if things don't go exactly to plan. January 1st doesn't always have to be the day that life starts now. It's just any other day, and it's kind of why I've set the first ThermoFit challenge at February 7 for 2021, because that's when school goes back. That's when I know that my challenges have more time to focus on themselves. I've listened to their concerns. They know that once the kids are back at school, life is a little bit more of a routine where they can focus on what they want, they can focus on themselves, and they can get a little bit of order and routine happening. And plus, it's the holidays. You want to be having flexibility and fun and time with the kids. This is also why I've given 12 months access from the program, because I know that, say, not everybody has kids that go to school or, has kids at all. So you can start the ThermoFit challenge whenever it suits you, whenever you want to, on your timeline, or you can jump into the group start dates that we have 4 times in that 12 months that you'll have access to the program. So it's okay to revisit your goals. I want you to know that it's okay to revisit what you've set your intentions for this year. It's okay to revisit them and be a little bit more flexible on them, or allow yourself a kind of grace period to get there. For example, if your goal was to get more sleep or get to bed earlier and wake up earlier so that you're more clear-headed and more productive, and giveaway, this is one of my goals, you can't really expect to go from going to bed at, say, 11 o'clock at night to just the next day going to bed and being able to get to sleep at 9:30 at night. So breaking it down to 15 minutes, getting into bed 15 minutes earlier each night until you get to that part where that is your routine, and not put pressure on yourself to be able to go from one thing to the next, just like I did, and then had that little discussion with myself about, hang on, what's going on here? What do I need to change? I've already failed on some of my goals, and it's because I didn't really set out the how very well. So I just want you to know, I want you to take the pressure off. If you've failed on some of your goals already, don't worry about it. There is still the rest of the year, there's still the rest of your life. Like, there's a chance every single day to improve on who you were yesterday. It's not gonna happen from 1 second before midnight to a second after midnight. So I would love to support you on your journey in the group challenge, or whenever you want to start. If you want to start before then, if your motivation's high now, go for it. But we will be starting on February 7, and there's a whole bunch of people that have already started. My challenges have already started. I'm seeing in the group their posts. I love it. That's completely up to them. They wanted to start on January the 1st. They can do that with their access. That is completely fine. So I would love for you to join our group on February 7 for the first challenge of 2021, and let me support you and have the support of the group on your journey, and to work towards those goals that you have in a stepped out fashion. So all the best for 2021, and I'll speak to you soon.